Kentucky. We began our conversation discussing me coming into the role of running the opioid commission in that state. I had proposed that we take $42 million of the state's opioid settlements to get Ibogaine through the FDA's drug development process as a breakthrough therapeutic for opioid dependency because of what it can do within 36 to 48 hours to essentially fully resolve any withdrawal from opioids.
Amen.
That project was terminated. Let me back up. That project received great bipartisan support while it was under consideration in Kentucky. Yes, sir. And I am convinced that if it had gone to a ballot vote the way they do in California for different initiatives, people in Kentucky would have voted for it 60-40. But unfortunately, that state has a history whereby its power structure oftentimes serves itself first and foremost, often to the detriment of everyday people. And in the case of Ibogaine in Kentucky, that's exactly what happened.
Even in a state that was so afflicted by the opioid epidemic?
That's correct, because you have some people in power there who have profited handsomely off of their association with the creators of the opioid epidemic. For instance, current Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear and his father, Steve Beshear, were partners in a law firm called Stites & Harbison, while Stites & Harbison represented Purdue Pharma in their litigation against the people of Kentucky. A case that was worth $1 billion was settled for a measly $24 million just days before Andy Beshear became the Attorney General of Kentucky.
Wow, so that feels like allegedly there is some stink to it, because that should have been a much bigger settlement.
Should have been a much bigger settlement, and there certainly should have been some examination and interrogation in connection with how that settlement came to pass.
Bring up a picture of Mr. Beshear just so I even know what he looks like. So often we have people making choices for us, and we just don't get a gander at him. Look at this fella right there. And where is he from?
He is the son of former Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear. He is a guy who I think you and I, Theo, grew up around a lot. Born on third base, thinks he hit a triple, likes to talk a lot about his religiosity, his positions in the church house, and likes to do a whole lot of using performative public piety to hide what happens behind them closed doors at the Capitol.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I don't understand how you wouldn't give every opportunity for your people, especially in a state that was so devastated. I was born in Louisville, went to Vanderbilt. That's a bummer. I mean, Vanderbilt's great, but I just think he would, that just bums me out because it's here in town. So he was just milling around here. He was hired by the law firm Stites & Harbison.
You're not going to see that on his Wikipedia entry.
They won't put that on there. Huh?
They're not going to draw the fine line of association between he and his daddy, their law firm, and Purdue Pharma. They're going to try to run him for president in 2028.
Did that really happen?
That really happened.
We just Googled it. Andy Beshear and did Stites & Harbison?
Beshear, the governor's office points out, worked for Louisville-based Stites & Harbison, the law firm representing Purdue Pharma against the people of Kentucky.
Wow, there we go. I can't believe $24 million.
It's grotesque.
I remember thinking $24 million was an awfully low amount, Robinson said. I mean, look at what Oklahoma got, and they haven't been hit with the crisis we have. Let me see. Stumbo goes further in his criticism of the case's handling by both of his successors and lends credibility to an attack being levied by Republican Governor Matt Bevin, who has raised conflict of interest questions surrounding Beshear and Conway. Beshear, the governor's office points out, worked for Louisville-based Stites & Harbison, the law firm representing Purdue Pharma against the state, before being elected Attorney General in 2015. So he worked for the law firm representing Purdue Pharma against the state.
That's correct.
So he worked for Purdue Pharma.
He worked for the law firm that worked for Purdue Pharma. And Theo, I am a lawyer. I went to law school. I was a partner in a couple of law firms, and I can tell you, any law partner who draws a partner's draw from a firm is receiving cash from its collective clientele. There's not one pot of cash that comes from one client to one lawyer and another pot of cash that goes from one lawyer to another, particularly in an insurance defense firm like Stites & Harbison. There's one big communal pot of money. So if Stites & Harbison is making money representing Purdue Pharma against the people of Kentucky, as partners in that law firm, Steve and Andy Beshear were making money off of